out of 100, what would you say?
I'm terrified.
Feeling fear about something as beautiful as a bird or its feathers might seem hard to understand, because neither are dangerous. But the potential for certain phobias seems to be hardwired into our brains. A fear of snakes is very easy to trigger. However, feathers and birds are not inherently dangerous. Jacqueline has agreed to be wired up to a heart monitor to see exactly what's happening to her body when she sees.
Oh God, no.
But when she sees a feather, as her fear mounts, she starts to sweat. Using a thermographic camera which measures heat, we can see this happen. To begin with, her face and her scalp are glowing red. She's anxious but in control. But after seeing the feather, there's a dramatic change. Her skin, particularly on the scalp, becomes white hot. Feather. Her normal heart rate is about 80. Her heart races in a typical adrenaline-fueled response to extreme fear.
Do you want it up?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Put the screen up, please.
It makes me feel every emotion you can imagine, all mixed up.
When a reaction is so intensely unpleasant, it's not surprising that phobics go to any length to avoid this terror.
Do you think Mummy would like this one?
No. She'd scream.
She would scream?
Yes.
Would she?
Does lots of things with Angelina. So, feeding the ducks, I would probably like to.
We go shopping in Manchester where there are pigeons all over the place. We run in and out of buildings to avoid them. She'll stand backed against a wall until we shoo them away. If you come anywhere near her, she goes hysterical. People look at you as if you've got somebody simple with you.
Last year when we were on holiday in Tenerife, I took Angelina to the beach, building sandcastles. We'd not been on the beach 5-10 minutes, and a pigeon, one pigeon, landed. It was probably about 100 yards away from us, but I couldn't stay. I couldn't even find the time to tell her what was going on. I just upped and legged it, ran back to the hotel. And it wasn't until I got back to the hotel that I realised, God, I've left my child on the beach. She's only 3, she's there on her own. Apart from being frightened of the birds and feathers, my biggest fear is something happening to my daughter because of me.
Clinical psychologists believe that there's only one way phobias like Jackie's can be cured.
There are no miracle cures. In the end, what you've got to do is you have to work through the problem. You're not going to be able to avoid your way out of a phobia. And a lot of therapies on the market are offering just that. You can avoid as a way of getting rid of your phobia. It's obviously nonsense.
I want to know why. Not everybody's frightened of feathers. Where has it come from? Why isn't my sister frightened of feathers? Why is it me? And what you're having to drink?
Avoidance hasn't helped Jackie, and she's finally decided to face her phobia head on.
You know, it's a feather duster, it's duvets.
Right, tell me a bit about the duvets.
Oh, it's full of feathers.
Yeah, you wouldn't have one in case a feather slipped out, is that it?
Yeah.
Does part of you recognise that that's irrational?
Oh, yes.
Right. My theory about phobias is that something happens to you, usually when you're very young, but it could be later on in life, and the incident is so traumatic that your conscious mind can't handle it. But the incident itself, the memory of that, goes into the subconscious. I want you to imagine that you're walking along a beautiful palm-fringed tropical beach with white sand and a clear...
Using hypnosis, Costa Lambrius is trying to recondition Jackie's subconscious fear responses.
You are determined to relax whenever you see a bird or a feather, and remain cool, calm, and in complete control. Now listen very carefully. Concentrate on my voice.
During session 3, Jackie had a flashback. A long-forgotten childhood memory of a bird trapped in her grandmother's house. To find out if these memories are real, she's off to see her grandmother.
It was just going all around the house, flying anywhere. It was scared. The bird was more scared than we was. But you was terrified.
And well, where will they have been when you picked the feathers up? Was they upset? You can't remember, can you?
35 years ago, would you remember? Who picked the feathers up?
No, probably not. No, probably not. But see, my mum can't even remember.
Your mum wasn't there.
I know, but my mum can't remember my coming home and saying, "Oh God, when was it my nana's today?"
Well, you'd be too scared to say that to me because you was a very, very quiet child. Very quiet. One of the quietest children I ever knew. Scared to death she was. Of a feather, of a bird. I wonder why. I don't like them, but I'm not afraid.
So will knowing why help Jackie to get cured?
The chances of success with Jacqueline, I believe, are about 80%. This is based on, I've got a good reputation, but also my experience in dealing with phobics. Even though it's a phobia that I haven't encountered before, it should run along standard lines, and I'm hoping that it's going to be a very successful outcome for Jacqueline.
Every time I've been going to see him, I've been quite excited that this end result is going to be fantastic for me. And now today's come, and it's my last session, and I don't want it to be my last session in case it hasn't worked. I'm really frightened.
Three, let the beach scene fade away now. 4, 5, 6, as you come up and begin to return to the room. 7, 8, 9, nearly there. And 10, you can open your eyes, coming all the way up. This tape is recorded by Costa Lambrius, all copyright reserved.
I feel like I need to get outside and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, to me that's perfect. The ideal thing for you now would be to go outside and be with birds.
What happens to me.
Yeah. Should we do that?
Yeah, there's a magpie there.
And normally how would you have felt? Oh, great. So,
honestly, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have to wait until there was like pigeons around my feet. I mean, the magpie flying across there, I would have had to watch it and check it out, and I'm not doing that.
Right.
Feeling confident, they try the front of the building for more bird sightings.
There's one.
It's just poking his head above the... It's flying up there.
No. Oh no. I'm never going to get rid of this.
Don't give up hope just yet.
I have. It's just... I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Going to see a clinical psychologist to try behaviour therapy, the only option left if she wants to show her daughter the outside world.
So today is like almost like the end of the road for me. This is the last thing that I can try.
So, birds, feathers,
Birds, feathers.
any type of...
Any type of bird. Any type.
Professor Paul Salkowski's specialises in behavioural therapy. He believes he can change the way Jackie thinks about birds and feathers in just one session.
So what you're saying to me is you would very much like to get rid of this problem?
Yes.
Okay, even if it involved coming in contact with feathers?
This is the bit that scares me.
Sure it does. It's a scary bit. But you're already suffering so much anxiety from this that actually, you know, I suspect that you've lived the worst anxiety you could experience time and time and time again, so it wouldn't be any different to what's already happened, just this time it would be for a purpose. So I'm saying that's the choice. Am I prepared to confront this? Or would I rather just carry on like I am?
Yeah, I want somebody to wave a magic wand and it all to go away, and it's not going to happen.
I have a magic wand, it's got feathery bits on it. I'm wondering what you think is the worst thing that would happen.
I feel like
Asking you
I'm
now,
going to
Jackie.
die. I'm going to die.
See, feather's not the fear, is it? Dying's the fear. You're not afraid of feathers, you're afraid of dying. The worst possible fear is not feathers. The worst possible fear is losing it, dying, not seeing your daughter grow up, you know, all the things that go with that, okay? Now, I'm telling you that that's not what's going to happen, that you're not going to die. But, you know, I'm saying that also, I don't expect you to believe me on that. I don't expect you to believe me on that. But what you have to do is you have to find out. So, I kind of need to know whether you want to go the next step.
The next step being show me a feather.
Next step's a feather.
I can't.
It's only a very small feather.
Paul is very persistent. Jackie has agreed to look at a feather.
But I'd be very interested to know what's going through your mind as we do this. Okay. Okay, it's coming out now.
You're right.
Okay, there it is. Okay, I'm just going to put it down there. Okay, just tell me what's going through your mind just now, Jackie.
I need to get away from it.
Jackie, out of 100, what?
I'm terrified.
Right. Out of 100, where is it?
100.
Okay, stay with it then. Okay, now what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. What's going to happen is the anxiety will come down. Remember that your thought is that it goes up and it just keeps on going up and up. Okay, and I said you need to discover that that's not actually what happens. What happens is it comes back down again. Now, it's actually coming down a lot more quickly than you expected, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, you can't believe it, can you?
Yeah.
That's good. This is something you told me you were certain would kill you. Now, in fact, I think you're discovering that you're wrong.
Yeah.
That actually, that death is not, that this actually can't kill you. And you smiled.
Right.
For a woman who's going to lose it, a woman who's going to go completely bonkers and is going to die, yeah, you gave me a very nice smile.
I think this is as good as it's gonna get.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I will move everything nice, slowly and controlledly. Okay. There we go. Moving across, and there it is. Okay, out of 100. So my holding it is worth.
Yes, because you can put it near me.
Promise you I'm not going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Keep
Keep
it
going.
coming.
Keep going. No,
Good.
stop now.
Okay.
Stop.
I'll stop.
Stop.
I'll leave. Okay. Brill. People often say, I've had it for so long, how can I possibly ever get rid of it? You know, in 100 years, let alone, a couple of hours. And the answer is you can. The answer is you can. You're getting quite bored of this feather, aren't you? What I'll do is I'll just peel it off and take this off and put it back in its little envelope. Okay? Then we've got a very romantic feather. Okay, it's coming your way, is that all right?
Right.
Okay. Romantic feather, which I'm going to tape down. I know what's happening here. What's happening here is you're thinking, I'm not worried about this, so the bastard's going to make me touch it. I'm not.
No, I know you're not going to make me do anything.
I'm not going to. Yeah. So what do you want to do here? Okay. Again, being in control of it is the name of the game.
God.
Stick with it.
I know. Because it'll come down.
I know you're there when you're actually taking control in this kind of way as well, you know? But you picked that up. I didn't ask you to pick it
No,
up.
I know.
You picked it up.
I knew I was never going to get home today unless I picked this up.
I never ever imagined in my wildest dreams that I would ever in my life sit here holding a feather. Ever, ever.
But it
Right.
did take nearly 45 minutes.
Wow. 45 minutes after 37 years of it.
Like Jackie, Christine also finally took the plunge and had behaviour therapy.
Pages and pages of the word nice, and in terms